How in the fuck did we become like wholesome family values quality entertainment?
Holding the key firmly in my hands. I'm looking forward, I know where I stand. And this is it, I have nothing to lose. Now is the right time, I'm making my move. Oh, on the high down. You can't bring me down. On the high down. You can't bring me
Welcome back to another episode of World 1-1 Podcast, everyone. My name is Larry. With me, as always, is my partner in crime, Eddie V.
Yo, everybody, what's up?
So we're back again this week, and we're going to start with the usual. Eddie, what the fuck have you been playing?
Okay, started with Switch. Played more Octopath Traveler. Played a little bit more Just Shapes and Beats. I kind of was on the train playing it, just like I'm gonna get far. I'm at the ending, and I just died for the 5th time. So
at least you're almost fucking done with it, finally.
Yeah, I'm making progress. I'll get there. For PS4, I've been playing Knack 2. Really enjoying that. Really enjoying Knack 2. It has some problems here and there, but I'm having fun with it. For Xbox One, I just beat Battlefield Hardlines. Really good game. I really enjoyed the story. The gunplay was fun. The arresting people, the screen takes long. Like, there's a long loading screen action taking place, and I'm just like, oh, come on, y'all. This should have been easier to do, and it's not. So, but I ended up being it like in one day, so it was like only 10 episodes. I'm like, it's kind of long. Takes you about 6 to 8 hours, but I had a fun ride with it. Anything else I've been playing? No, pretty much that's all I've been playing. As for video games and stuff right there. And hopefully I'll get into like Darksiders 2 for Wii U. I'm playing for my backlog. And then I'm gonna jump into Tokyo Mirage session on there. Dude, I own Darksiders I own it on
everything.
Wii U. Pretty much PS3, Wii U, and PS4. And I'm just like, I need to beat this game. Every time I get past the first dungeon and then put it down and don't go back to it. So with the Wii U version, I'm going to be more committed to finish this game, because I heard it's good. It looks really good, and I want to play it all the way through.
Yeah, no, they're awesome fucking games.
Yeah,
the story's really good too. Dude,
I got the War Master Edition for PS4 for like $2 like last month for flash sale. I was just like, yeah,
that's totally fucking worth it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna play that one, and I'm gonna try to beat that all the way. I mean, I beat it on PS3 when I first got my PS3. Like that was literally the first game that I brought. That didn't like Vanquish. I brought. Dude, shoot. My check that time when I got my PS3 was like $1,200. I put in some overtime, dude, and I was just like, yes. So
yeah, because remember, Kaz said you should just get a second job.
Well, Kaz didn't know that was only from one job.
So,
but yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing. And
getting. I both have a short list this week then.
Yeah, well, I'm probably going when I get paid Thursday. After I pay my car insurance, I'm gonna see how much I have, and I'll probably just go to Best Buy and pre-order the Dead Cells game. Because like my adventure with Target trying to get my Octopath Traveler was a mess. So
yeah, that's been a mess for everybody.
No,
except around here.
Dude, did I tell you how? Did I tell you that they said that they got the game on the day that it was being released? I'm like, when did Nintendo ever send a game that they're publishing on the day that they on the release.
Oh, plenty of times.
They haven't did that.
Yeah, they have.
Not send a game on the day that's being released.
But Nintendo wasn't publishing Octopath, though.
Yes, Nintendo did.
No, they didn't.
Yes,
Square published it.
It looks like Nintendo published it.
I'm telling you, Square published it.
Did Square publish it? Because they
Square
were just
fucking
like
published it.
Because they were
Square
just
was
like
in charge of printing, dude. That was theirs.
Oh, I thought Nintendo published
When
it.
was the
'Cause
last time
something...
Square fucking produced something but didn't publish it? They make too much fucking bank on that shit to outsource it.
Super Mario RPG.
Yeah, I rest my fucking case.
You said last, so I gave you an answer.
Yeah, huh? And that was what, 20 years ago?
Was it 20? No, it's not 90. No, the Super Nintendo, I think it was 94 maybe? 94, 95?
So yeah, like 20 years ago.
It would have been 30 some years ago. No.
Oh, it wasn't?
22 some years ago.
Son, you better check your math.
You know what?
Like 20 years ago.
Don't make me come down there and feed you.
Oh, that's so the title of the episode now. Eddie can't do the math.
The math. I can't do
But
the
yeah. So yeah, I've had kind of a short list this week myself. I have not had a whole lot of time to sit down and play much of anything, unfortunately. But I did spend a little more time with Thimbleweed Park, and I love the writing in this so much. I really do. I loved talking to the stupid like Arresttron machines and the Bloodtron and the Facetron and the Fingertron machines. Those were fucking great. Like, they're just so gloriously nonsensical. There's no way to not love it. I just got to the first scene, which again, it's early, but I just got to the first scene where you get to play as Ransom the Insult Clown, and it's fantastic. He sits there and he just sits there and fucking rips on everybody. He's like the most vulgar, profane character, and it's amazing. I can't.
Does he have a place in the story? Like, does he have a purpose, I should say?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you actually play as him for a period of the game.
Okay.
So, like, you play as him in a flashback scene explaining how he ended up the way he did, where he's like permanently a clown now. Like, he can't take the clown makeup off or anything, and he's like trapped on the circus grounds and everything.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's phenomenal. So you literally just watch in like one night, his whole life just turns to shit. But no, it's so good. I love the writing. I finally played it up on like my TV instead of just in handheld mode for a change, and it looks so good on the TV. It really does. I mean, it's old school, pixely animation and everything, but man, it's done so well. Oh God, so good. Spent a little bit of time playing Lumines, just trying to decompress, and that game still hurts my eyes at points, but I still love playing it. So, I never got into any of the other modes way back when it first came out, but I'm getting an inclination that I think I want to start messing around with the puzzle mode a little bit just to see what's in there. Because those are... Like, I love some of the puzzle mode stuff on Tetris where it's like, you have one piece, clear the screen. Like, those are neat to try and figure out. So, because then you get to play with, like, big, huge chain reactions and everything. It's really fucking cool. So, but I sit there and I marvel at how this dude continually comes up with just phenomenal, like, rhythm puzzle games every damn time.
He listens. Mazaguchi listens to a lot of music in Japan, and he's like literally in the club scene, listening to different beats and stuff. So that's when he finds the beat that he likes. He starts thinking about puzzles around him.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is that it's not, yeah, it's it's the nuance he puts into the puzzles, though. Like the fact that every skin, every song in Lumines has a a difference in the mechanics, both in the gravity for the pieces, plus the tempo at which the sweep bar goes across. So it messes with how fast you can stack up combos
Hmm.
versus just everything becoming a giant clusterfuck because the gravity's high and the sweep bar is slow, and it's so good. It really is. That game looks gorgeous on handheld mode too. But I mean, that doesn't surprise me considering that was kind of like the flagship puzzle game for the PSP back in the day, and it was all about showing off those big bright colors, and it's so the right fit. It really is. I think maybe the only thing I would change is I really wish I could have like a full screen mode where it's the grid takes up the whole fucking screen. Because there are some points where the background gets too fucking noisy
Uh-huh.
and you can't really tell where the end of the fucking grid is because it just mixes in with whatever's going on the screen in the background. That'd be my only real gripe at this point. And even then I wouldn't use it all the time, but it'd be nice to be able to, like, I don't know, like, give me a quick toggle in game. That'd be awesome.
I think that's why I kind of interested in Tetris Effect. Cause once I found out Mizuguchi was doing it, I'm like, ooh, you gonna do,
Right.
I'm like, what craziness are you gonna do with this? And I don't care if it's in VR or, it's in VR. I'm like, I wanna play this cause I wanna hear your soundtrack that you're gonna add to it. Cause you're gonna do something with, it's not just a simple match one line or match four to get Tetris. You're gonna do something that, like you said, these rhythm puzzle games. Like you're gonna do something with it, and I'm all here for it.
Yeah, I watched a handful of things on Tetris Effect, including they had the guy that holds like the world record for the original NES Tetris play it, and it's really fucking neat to see this dude go at it. Like it's super impressive. He did really really well with it, for one. And then for two, to see this guy playing around with some of the new mechanics,
Mm-hmm.
where when you drop a line piece to make a Tetris, that it doesn't just clear the four lines, but it holds it so you can stack like Tetris after Tetris after Tetris. Like that's kind of cool. So, but no, it looks good. I'd be curious to check it out if I had a PS4 to play it on. But um, those have been my big ones for the week that I've put any real time into. I've kind of put Hollow Knight down just for the simple fact that I'm so close to the end, but I don't want to finish it until I've got all the DLC to play with, and I know that that's coming up here real soon, so I figure I'm going to just wait until the rest of the DLC drops and then go back in and play all of the rest of it in one swoop.
Wow.
So, but I mean, I want to finish it. I want to get through the end. I'm just like, I don't want to finish it and then go back in after having experienced the end. Like, I want the rest of that cohesive experience with Hollow Knight. And if I finish it now and then Gods and Glory comes out, I know I just won't end up doing anything with Gods and Glory, and that would make me sad.
Yeah, I think that's why I've probably been working on. Like I really popped in like Neck 2 just to play it, but I'm kind of working on a lot of my backlog stuff before like August hit, and like Okami, this is like all these games that's dropping. I'm just like, August is gonna be so packed, and I already know I'm probably spending $200 some just getting games, and I don't want to be like, I want to get it to the point where I need to stop so I can play my new game, and it's gonna be crazy. So I kind of understand. I understand the feeling of like waiting for the DLC to come and everything, and it's just like that DLC has to hurry up and come, because once Dead Cells drop, and Okami first, and then Dead Cells, and then other games that keep popping up that's picking my interest. I'm like, what the heck is this? Ooh, I want this so bad. August is getting packed, dude. It's crazy.
Oh yeah. I mean, I feel you. Honestly, I think Thumper and Dead Cells are probably my last big buys of the year, aside from the obligatory Smash. But
Well,
Thumper, Dead Cells will be here for me probably closer to the end of August, but there's a good chance I may double dip and do the digital pre-order for the discount so I can start playing it before, while I'm waiting for my hard copy to get here. But other than that, I'm honestly kind of glad that I've hit the point where I've pretty much got in my possession or have at least ordered most everything else I want to play for the rest of the year. Because I'm pretty much going to spend the rest of my year playing through the trickle of stuff that I'm waiting to ship to me and working on backlog shit for the rest of the year.
Well, I know it's like for me, it's Spider-Man. I mean, all the majority of the Switch stuff that's coming out, I'm getting. But like for like between Xbox One and PlayStation 4, it's pretty much Spider-Man, Battlefield 5, and Forza Horizon 4. It's like those are the only three that I'm kind of looking for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
I had
no Smash.
Smash is all the Nintendo and Switch stuff I'm getting already. So Smash I'll just go and buy. Like pretty much all the indie stuff and physical stuff that's coming to Switch that interests me, I'm gonna go and get and buy. That's why I said like half of the holiday, like the rest of the year, is pretty much all Nintendo. And then so that's like what 97%, and then Xbox One makes 2%, and PlayStation 4 makes that 1%. Because like once Spider-Man is done, there's nothing else that I need for the system. Besides probably Guacamelee 2, whenever that drops, that's the only one that I'll get. And then when it comes to other systems, I'll double dip and get it on there. But Guacamelee 2 would be like the only other indie game that I would get.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not excluding the fact that there'll probably be some indie stuff that sneaks out between now and the end of the year that it's going to grab my attention that I just don't know about yet. But most of the stuff that's announced, I'm kind of looking at the rest of the year going, I think I'm good on most everything.
I'm really hoping Iconoclast comes out for Switch, and that people end up picking it up and playing it. Like, I was thinking about it, and I was just like, if I really analyze this game, it feels like a treasure game meeting a Metroidvania game. But
I've heard really good things too, and I haven't gotten around to it.
It's really, really good. Like the story is good. The boss fights are really challenging and stuff. I mean, you don't really switch up your basic attack. But it's just like you learn the patterns and everything, and you can explore. And there's some areas that look scary, but like once you explore and you get to understand the mechanics and stuff, you'll be able to make it through. I mean, it's really good, and it has a great story. Like the way that it touches on ideology / religion, it is so smart. And I was just like, to do this and make it feel like a Metroidvania game. And the reason why I said Gunstar, I was just like, yeah, just the way that the animation is and the character and the enemies act in the way that you shoot them. I'm like, this feels like a Gunstar Heroes game from Treasure. Like inspiration. And that game was done by one person, Iconoclast. So when he finally announced it, after he did his interview for Game Informer, later on he announced that it was coming to Switch, and I was just like, it's gonna do better sales on Switch than it did on PS4.
Yeah. So. I'm curious to check it out. I just, again, right now it's pretty much locked behind PS4, which means I'm not playing it. So
I think, I don't know if it's on PC, but like, I was just, it was one game that I was just like, for right now, I'm glad that it stayed on PS4. And then if it comes to Switch, that's going to be great. I think it was just like, this is a gem that a lot of PS4 players are missing. And I think what's going to happen is that the PS4 crowd who don't remember playing this game just not going to think about it and then recognize that it came to Switch and be like, yeah, this game has been available. But now that Switch owners will get their hands on it, they're going to make a more profit than the PS4 players. So
yeah, but yeah, that's what's been on my playlist. I know some of what I'm going to be getting into this week. There will be an unboxing video going up on the YouTube channel this week because I grabbed a hard copy of Sonic Mania Plus.
Nice,
and it's so shiny and pretty.
Did it come out? Did it come out last week?
I think it was 2 weeks ago.
Because I just been seeing a lot of pictures of it. Like
yeah,
the
I heard
copy
for a
and
minute
stuff.
there it was a little scarce.
See, I didn't know if it came out and it was just digital only, or a physical version was coming out and it had that physical had a release date.
So there is a physical version, and like I said, I will be putting up an unboxing video this week on the YouTube channel because I have not yet cracked the cellophane on it. But if you already own Sonic Mania digitally, you could download the Plus DLC for like an extra $5.
Okay, that's probably it then.
So, but I'm really curious to check out the new characters in here. I like when they do extra characters like that because in an old school style Sonic game, that means I have new ways to work my way through the levels and the stages.
Mm-hmm.
Because they all have different powers, and they all play differently. Like, God, I remember back in the day, when Knuckles came out, I'm like, holy shit, totally new way to tackle this stage because Knuckles can climb shit. And I have that kind of excitement again with Sonic Mania Plus. Like, I'm super jazzed to go back through Mania and play it with both of these new characters and see what they do and how they open up new pathways through the stages. That's the big draw for me, honestly, because stuff like time attack mode it's not a major interest to me, but the new characters definitely have my attention. So, and I've been hearing some neat things about them. I've tried to stay away from most of it just because I don't want to spoil the excitement of discovering what they do and how they work. But I'll be getting into that probably Wednesday. So by the time you're listening to this, it'll be tomorrow. But that's on the list. I know coming up this week, I'm going to spend some more time going back to working on some more of the World 1-1 plays of AM2R, so I can creep closer to getting that finished, and I'll get all the episodes uploaded at once. I'm almost done getting Twitch stuff ready, so that once we're ready for the full relaunch of the show between Facebook and YouTube and Twitch and everything else, and getting everything updated and ready to go, that oh fuck it, I'll share it now. I'm getting all the old episodes uploaded over to Twitch, so that what I'm looking at doing is probably twice a week, maybe like a Tuesday Thursday thing, where we'll be going through all the old episodes, and I will be live with anybody on the Twitch channel to chat with them as we re-premiere the old content from the last 2 years. Probably 2 episodes a week. I've still got to work out some schedule details, but I'm thinking that's the direction it's going to go. But that way, anybody that's just getting into us for the first time, can not only enjoy, hearing the show, but actually, get to chat and interact, and, maybe with any luck, you can pop in for some of that too. And, we can sit there and actually talk with people, while the show's going and while they're getting to hear some of the old stuff, maybe for the first time, or just revisiting it while getting to actually, ask questions and, chat with us and all that. So, but you figure there's 2 years worth of content for 2 episodes a week. I'll be doing that shit for like a year. But anyways, so that's something I've been working on little by little. It's taken me way longer to do that just because Twitch's upload stuff is a little fucking flaky at times. So there'll be like, a day or two at a time where every time I try and upload something is like, upload failed. Fuck you. So, but in any case, that's coming here probably the next week or two. I should be done with that finally and ready to get that rolling. And we've got we've got a friend of the show working on some fresh a fresh look for everything, and we should be getting closer here to getting a video for the show recorded again and getting all that up on YouTube. And so it's coming along. That's been where a lot of my attention has been lately, is just trying to get all that shit back in order. And it's been really hard to try and juggle all of that plus new job and everything else, and it's just like, god damn it. But too many things to split my attention between. But yeah. So news. Obviously one of the big pieces of news, and I don't even remember if it was last week or the week before, but obviously they've got Dead Cells up for pre-order on the Switch eShop, and there's a 20% discount if you pre-order it before it launches, so it's only $20. If you haven't figured it out by now, holy fuck, it's so worth your dollars. Go get it. Again, it feels like another fucking slow news week. Like there's just nothing creeping out. I'm reading through the usual news sites every fucking day, and I just look at it and go, God, there's nothing interesting. It feels like we're just on the slow crawl to holiday.
Well, shoot, there's been a lot of Nintendo news compared to everybody else. Like Nintendo is suing this Arizona.
Oh, that's right. Thank you for reminding me. I did read about that. That was fit.
But I don't know. When I read it on Nintendo Life, they didn't say who the company was. They just said,
I'm sure they don't want to give them any more publicity than they're already going to get out of this shitstorm. So, since you brought it up, why don't you run everybody through the details of this craptastrophe?
Well, there's this Arizona ROM site, I guess, or operation, and they got 2 websites, and they were selling like pretty much like emulators and games and stuff on ROMs like illegally, and I guess somehow Nintendo found out. So Nintendo suing them for like damages, and all the damages could equal up to $100 million. They want to have the company shut down. Nintendo wants them to give them the domain name, and it's just like it literally came out of like nowhere. I was just like, wow. So
yeah, it always amazes me when I see this shit crop up, like the fake NES classics, the knockoff ones and shit. I'm like, seriously? How is Nintendo's legal department not like constantly busy 24/7 fucking suing every one of these guys? I don't understand it.
Well, it's one of those things where, who's going to report stuff on those companies? If no one's going to be a tattletale, I should say, for Nintendo. So I think Nintendo does its best, because Nintendo would do more in Japan, trying to stop all of that. than they try to do in America. I mean, you hear a lot of lawsuits here in America and stuff about things, but they've been trying to like stop all that piracy stuff in Japan too, because the R4 card, I think it was RD4 card or something like that. That was a big problem back in the day.
The R4s.
That was a big problem back in the day with DS and 3DS, and Nintendo had to try to fight a lot of companies about that to get them start selling that cart.
This is true. Don't get me wrong. Like back in the day, I gave serious thought to getting one, but not to like download ROMs of DS games. I wanted to be able to play like fucking Super Nintendo shit on my original DS, and it's one of those things that always baffled me as to why that never came to fruition. Because I'm like, seriously, you finally have a handheld that has all the buttons needed. We've got a 4-face button layout with the 2 shoulder buttons. Seriously, you're holding a Super Nintendo controller. Oh my God, sell me some Super Nintendo games.
Yeah, well, it's pretty much, it's like, why is Nintendo games always getting pirated and not so much as Microsoft or Sony that we know of?
Part of me is inclined to say that it's just because of the huge old legacy library that's super easy to emulate, compared to getting like PS1 emulation going on a handheld or PS2 or Xbox original or anything like that. And there's an obvious appeal to the fact that we want to take our old school games with us, on the go in our pocket. It's why there's been such a screaming cry for where the fuck is our virtual console on Switch. So,
I mean, the classic games are going to come with the online. So, like, virtual consoles is pretty much like not there anymore in a sense.
Yeah, they've said that, virtual console is no longer a thing, and so that it's being revamped as this, Nintendo Switch Online program, whatever the hell it ends up being, because it's like 2 months away, and we still don't have final details on it. Is it just, some NES games? Are we getting any other platforms on there beyond that, or there's just a ton of stuff that's still a big fucking mystery. And I think part of the biggest issue with that is that Nintendo is redefining the news cycle for announcements. It used to be if you wanted to get the fucking word out about your game, you had to start pumping it like 4 to 6 months early. And now Nintendo's turnaround is so short. It's like for a lot of stuff anymore, it's announcement and it's out in like a month, maybe 3 max. They've really redefined this, and there's a certain appeal in that, like, oh, cool, I don't have to wait all that long. Like, I just found out about it, and I'm super excited, and it'll be in my hands by the time, before that fucking excitement wears off, versus, Sony and Microsoft are still hanging on to that whole, 4 to 6 month, if not longer, turnaround on shit. But at the same time, we're in a time and space now where we crave all the information as fast as we can possibly consume it. And, knowing that there's more news out there, there's more details, and we're not getting it, is driving people fucking nuts.
Well, the thing about it is that, like with Nintendo, they want to control the discussion in a sense. They want to control their content and how they're going to announce it and go about. They don't want nobody,
and it's fucking smart.
They don't want nobody to release it, and because the thing about it is, if they, and even with E3, with Metroid Prime 4 not being shown, or Yoshi Woolly World not being shown, if they just push everything about that game, there's going to be a high expectation. And then when you see the next Nintendo Direct, you're going to get mad because they didn't show you Metroid. The next Nintendo Direct, they didn't show you Metroid. You're going to get mad. And it's just like, if they don't control the content and release when they're ready to release it, they're not going to keep showing you the same stuff over and over again. They're not trying to show you the whole game and ruin the surprise. They want to tease you, show you what they've been up to, what ideas that they have, and then when it come out and you get it in your hand, you're able to fully experience more than what Nintendo has in store with you. You know, and it's just like, if you ruin the surprise for games, it ruins the excitement. You know, it ruins the purpose of even wanting to watch it, because you're gonna be like, well, I already know someone spoiled it for me. I mean, then why? Don't spoil it for others. There's something about watching new announcements with other people for the first time. It brings some kind of joy and excitement, some kind of questions and kind of ideas or hypotheses that they could be going. You know, it creates a better discussion. If everybody just got spoiled at one time, it doesn't make the surprise fun. And it doesn't allow for the discussion to be talked about, because you don't want a gangster discussion from a surprise or a spoiler to happen and then die out.
Right.
You know, you want to keep talking about the game as long as you want. That's why people keep talking about Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu. It's because new information or a little bit of information is coming about there. They want to keep that hype going so that the discussion about that game keep going. So when the game comes out, they did their marketing job and people went out and buy it and bought it.
Right.
You know.
But yeah, that's... Like I said, just we're in a weird place because the news cycle is being redefined as we speak. You know, they've really been redefining that over the last almost 2 years now, since they first announced the Switch, and so their PR department is to be applauded, because frankly they've done a great job with it. You know, it's...
Nintendo is smart when it comes to marketing stuff. Even if a game that's been out 4 or 5 months, they'll still try to get you involved. Like Yoshi Woolly World for 3DS or even for the Wii U, even though that game came out like let's just say like a month ago or something, or a month ago, they'll be like, hey, you guys, happy knitting day. But did you could knit with Yoshi from Yoshi Woolly World for Wii U, and then like on Twitter or something, and like they'll do something, they'll take a holiday and kind of relate it to their game or something and market the crap out of it. And it's so good. They're smart of doing that. Microsoft and Sony and even Valve at that don't even do anything like that. Nintendo, they try to, you know, do what they can to get a third party game out, an indie game out. You know, if the marketing or the buying spree or purchasing spree, whatever you want to call it, is dying down, they would do something witty and something cool to get more people to come and get that game, so sales could, you know, continue flowing or jump up in percentage. So, you know, Nintendo is smart about that. Microsoft and Sony, not really. Like, God of War came out. It did, 2 weeks of marketing. Corey Barth, he did his little, interviews, and then now it's like dead quiet. And, I mean, it did its 5 million sales. That's good, but I'm just like, you got a game that came out in April. How are you going to continue to sell that game to the rest of the 65 million PlayStation 4 owners? You got to think of something cool to get that game to start selling well. Because if you don't, you're gonna be stuck at 5 million, probably 5 million plus, depending, and it probably won't rise up to Black Friday, and that's a long time for a game to catch up on sales. Where something like, heck, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is still selling. And they do little marketing things here or there. Heck, they just dropped the DLC from for Mario Kart for his cycle to be in for free. If you want to know more about that cycle, pick up Breath of the Wild if you haven't for your Switch. They're doing stuff like that. Like Nintendo is smart about that.
Oh yeah. Excuse me. But yeah, that's the other thing too, is that, and Nintendo lately has just had a barrage of stuff coming out left and right, and it's nonstop. Versus it makes me sad looking at my Xbox going, I really wish I had more reasons to like play stuff on you. Like, dude, I spent some time the other day just kind of thinking about it, going, man, I miss the fucking like halcyon days of Xbox Live Arcade on 360. Because Jesus, like that was the fucking bomb back in the day. I mean, there was always awesome new stuff every week, and now anymore, I just look at it, I'm like, nothing looks interesting here. And where did all the cool shit go?
And that's the weird thing about Microsoft and Sony, feels like that they turned their back on indies when there was the ones keeping those systems alive.
Oh yeah.
And even though when some of the indies came to Wii U, people were happy that they came and they were buying them. They were just like, good, we got this on Nintendo system. Now the whole thing has shifted where indie games on Switch is on the same level as the big AAA game being on Microsoft or Sony. And the indie games are getting more push than those third party games. And it's just so weird. Like 360 ushered in indie games on console. Indie games have been big on PC because of Flash games like back in the day. But 360 pushed Xbox Live Arcade, which pushed a lot of indies to have kind of have a fair chance in making it into the video game business.
Oh yeah. But that's the other thing too, is it's like, it's not just the lack of interesting small indie games coming to the other consoles, but it's the lack of like push on any of them. That fucking kills me too, because I'm just like, there's so much cool stuff that you could be like hyping up to kind of fill in the gaps, and you don't hear anything about it. Yeah. So much of their indie and their cool budget stuff just keeps flying under the radar because they don't fucking talk about it at all.
And it's so dead on the other.
Don't understand why.
It's so dead on the other systems at this point in time that anytime that an indie game get announced for Switch, there's a lot of talk about it until the game gets released. And it's just like Microsoft, Sony, get on, help the indie developers with their marketing by saying, "Hey, this game's also on PlayStation 4." Like Chase them, or Chasm. Like, yeah, it's coming out July 30th for PS4. I've probably seen maybe one or two mentions of that from the developer, but I haven't seen nothing from Sony pushing it. If that was Nintendo, that thing would have been pushed like crazy this week.
Oh yeah,
and it's not like the game comes out. I think Friday or no, sometime next week the game comes out, and there's like literally no push on it.
I don't understand. It makes no sense. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm scrolling through the Microsoft store right now. It's just the latest offerings, and nothing really stands out. But part of me thinks that, or wonders if maybe there's actually some really good stuff in here that I just don't know or haven't heard anything about. And it's like, this could have been rectified had you have just fucking pumped it. Like, it would cost you next to nothing to put out the occasional press release going, hey, this thing's coming up in like a week, and here's some cool stuff about it that you should be excited for, and this is why you should buy it.
Microsoft owns Ninja Theory. Start marketing the heck out of Hellblade.
Uh-huh. Like, that got just almost no fanfare when that came over to Xbox, and it should have been blown out.
It did well for them to, get money to cancer survivors. I think the mental health.
Yeah.
That kind of donations and stuff. But I'm just like, you guys now own them. Push the game a little bit more, even if you got to push it for PS4. Push this game. Even with Square Enix, why the heck they're not pushing their Automata? Like, you made a big deal during E3 that was coming to Xbox One. The game came out, and now there's no marketing. Like, no one is talking about it anymore, or that the game came to Xbox One. And it's like, you guys, this is the summer where games need to be pushed. Backlog games need to be pushed.
Mm-hmm. Like, case in point, right now, I'm staring at a bundle that's, if you've got Xbox Live Gold, you can pick up Doom and Wolfenstein 2 together for $26.
Their ultimate game sale. They should be doing crazy stuff every day to the end of that sale, highlighting a game per day, like a first party, a third party, and an indie game. They got 3 things they can highlight each day to let people know, hey, come check us out on the ultimate game sales on Xbox One.
Yeah.
And they're not doing it.
Yeah, like right now, Hellblade is on sale too for $18. Which I may have to pick that up. That might actually give me something to play on my fucking Xbox again. So, I mean, it's the only thing that, the only reason I'm not more upset about it is just for the simple fact that my Xbox was gifted to me, that I didn't spend money on the damn system myself. Like, there's stuff on here that I've really liked playing, but the volume is just not there. And I think I don't get it.
I think it is for me, because of what I do. I just think that I would love for the marketing to be better, to get people interested to be like, hey, play our game on here. Like, if Microsoft is going into the next generation with Scarlet, and crossplay is a big thing, even with Nintendo. Push this stuff. If Nintendo could push crossplay with Microsoft, that's a big thing. If there could be crossplay again with games that's on Xbox One and Switch, crossplay is going to be a big thing. Literally, if Activision was smart and just made a Destiny 2 for Switch and crossplayed it with PC owners and Xbox One, they would sell more. And I think they would have less complaints about that game. Because now we could do missions anywhere at any time on our systems between PC, Xbox One, and Switch.
Yeah.
Destiny 2 on Switch? Oh, heck yeah, that would get more people interested.
No, I don't disagree. It would be smart, but not much you can do about it. But I think here's a perfectly good place to stop our rambling. It's getting a little bit late, and I feel like with the fact that it's been such a quiet week, we're getting a little long in the tooth this week. So we'll call it here. But like I said, some basic housekeeping. I will be posting up the unboxing video for Sonic Mania Plus coming this week. other than that, just kind of plowing away on some behind the scenes stuff, trying to get everything ready and put together and all that. And but other than that, you can always, find us at our home on shoutengine.com and Google Play Music and iTunes music store and all that. We do have our YouTube channel is up. It's live. It's just not entirely filled out yet, but it's something that's being worked on. But if you want to, if that's how you want to consume, our ramblings, then it's there for you as well. It just isn't in the prettiest form that it will be yet. This isn't even my final form.
Oh wow!
It had to be done. It couldn't be helped. It had to be done. But yeah, other than that, Eddie, any closing stuff you want to plug?
You guys can check out Optional Opinion on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, and tune in. And I'm about to get ready, start playing the video games for September. So you guys will be able to check that work out.
Well, right on. In that case, let's wrap this shit up, and I'm going to go to bed.
And we'll see you guys next time on World 1-1 Podcast. Bye.
Good night.